Hey, I'm Jusko from ProudMoney.com. The consumer research firm J.D. Power, which you may have heard of, is out today with the 2024 results of its annual U.S. credit card satisfaction survey, and we are going to take a look at those results. Now, what J.D. Power does is they survey over 30,000 customers, and for this one, it was between June of 2023 and June of 2024. Surveying people that already have certain credit cards to see how satisfied they are with those. They use 7 different criteria, so even though it's sort of an apples to apples comparison, there's still sort of maybe the question of do you agree with the factors that J.D. Power uses. But anyway, those 7 factors are rewards earning, rewards redeeming, benefits, customer service, account management, new account, which I assume means sort of like how did things go when you were onboarded, and then terms. So let's dive right in with those results, and then between some of the different card categories, I'm also going to sprinkle in some other stats that J.D. Power mentioned in their press release today. So the first category that we are going to look at is no annual fee reward cards. And so there are the top 3 that they are talking about here in terms of the customer satisfaction. Number 3 in this category, the Discover It student card, which is interesting that the student card got up that high. Number 2, the Chase Freedom Flex, and then number 1, drumroll, is the Capital One Saver One card. Among the stats in today's release, J.D. Power broke out what percentage of people have each type of credit card. They had 3 types that they used. Now, because the percentages here actually do equal 100%, I'm not sure how they decided whether somebody had a cashback card or a points and miles card or what they call a value card, which is essentially a credit building card, because obviously some people could have cashback cards and travel cards. So maybe they decided, which one is your primary type of card they use. But anyway, they said 58% cashback, 31% points/miles, and then 11% in that value category. Speaking of that value card category, the ones with no rewards for people that are maybe building or rebuilding their credit, the Capital One Platinum card is the only one that they singled out. That was the highest for customer satisfaction. There are probably a lot of people out there that either started with the Capital One Platinum or maybe got it as they were rebuilding their credit. And even though it's not a great card on its own, it still might have been a stepping stone to other good things and helped a lot of people kind of on the path. Next category is most satisfying credit cards with an annual fee. And so we'll look at the top 3 here, counting backward. In third place is the Chase Sapphire Reserve. In second place, the Blue Cash Preferred. And I think number 1 is going to surprise you. Guess in your head, and I'll bet you're wrong. It's the Bank of America Premium Rewards Elite Card. Another quick fact from the survey, among those 38,000 plus respondents to the survey, 51% of them do revolve their balances, or at least had revolving balances at the time that they were surveyed, meaning that they carry a balance from one month to the next and end up paying interest. Next up is co-brand cards with no annual fee. In third place, the Costco Anywhere Visa. Now, obviously, you need to have a Costco membership to get that one, so even though it doesn't have an annual fee, you do need to be a Costco member. In second place is the no annual fee Hilton Honors American Express card. And then in first place is the Apple card. All right, another little factoid from the survey that I found interesting. J.D. Power asked people if the credit card rewards they receive improve their lifestyle, and only 25% said yes. Next up is satisfaction with a particular card issuer. So not a particular credit card necessarily, but the bank or other entity that is issuing that card. Now, they used a number of potential banks in this survey. Obviously, there are a million banks and credit unions, and they didn't ask about every single one, but it's really kind of all the big names that you would expect from the big banks and maybe sort of regional banks as well. So anyway, in this category, in third place, Capital One. In second place, Discover. And in first place, American Express. Now, one thing to add here is that Navy Federal Credit Union and USAA are both entities here that issue credit cards that they do ask about in this survey, but they don't actually use them in this particular ranking. And I think that is because you have to be a member of one of those organizations in order to be getting a credit card from that issuer. So they kind of don't feel like that's apples to apples, I guess. And I know in the past, at least, Navy Federal Credit Union has actually had satisfaction numbers that are beyond any of these other banks that actually sort of make the rankings here. I don't know for sure that that's true in this survey because they did not say that, but I do know it's been true in the past. All right, we got one more category and then you are dismissed, and that is co-brand airline credit cards. In third place, the Delta SkyMiles Platinum Card. In second place, the Southwest Rapid Rewards Priority Card. And then number one is going to be a little bit anticlimactic in a way because it also is a Southwest Rapid Rewards card, this one being the Southwest Rapid Rewards Premier Card. So again, in all those categories, this is based on surveys of people that actually have those credit cards. But also remember, again, that J.D. Power created 7 factors that they were looking at. And I don't know if they weight those factors a certain way or if they're just equal across the board. But no matter how they do it, it doesn't necessarily mean that those are the best credit cards. It means that they're the most satisfying credit cards for people with those 7 factors who are part of this survey. So obviously you might decide that some of those factors aren't even relevant to you personally, or you might weigh them differently than however J.D. Power weighed them. But it's still always interesting to see what the results of this kind of survey are, especially when they're kind of scientifically done and it is sort of an apples to apples comparison. I would love to hear what cards you think should have been higher in the satisfaction rankings based on your own personal factors in that comment section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching, and as always, please go to proudmoney.com where we do credit card reviews, we talk personal finance, we talk deals, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. If you are not going to leave a comment or go to the website, I have an idea for you. Watch this video.